Bonjour. Comment allez-vous? This is the Crypto Kid podcast, and I am the Crypto Kid Daniel Plummer. And let's get started. Today is Saturday. We have some exciting news for Bitcoin and Ethereum this week. Currently in overnight trading, which occurs also during the weekend, Bitcoin is up to the price of 63,249 US dollars. Ethereum is up $9 to the price of 2,357 US dollars. This has been a very exciting week for Bitcoin. There's been a lot of developments. First, on Tuesday, the Federal Reserve Chair, Jerome Powell, lowered the prime interest rate by 1/2 percentage point. It previously was at the price of 8.5%, and now it is down to the price of 8%, which is the equivalent of 50 BPS in Bitcoin terms. This immediately sent the market on Tuesday above 63,000 US dollars. At the time, Bitcoin was at the price of 59,000 US dollars, and it immediately surged up 4,000 US dollars, passing the price of 63,000 US dollars before settling at 62,844 US dollars. That is a big movement. There was a short term dip as investors did take their profits, and one should expect that to happen. Over the last 3 months, Bitcoin has really been below 60,000 US dollars during the summer, oscillating between the price of 55,000 US dollars and 60,000 US dollars. Therefore, once the price went above 63,000 US dollars, this was an excellent time for those investors who had bought below the price of 60,000 and possibly 57,000, lower than 57,000 US dollars. This was an excellent opportunity for them to take some profits, and generally investors will, and then possibly transition into some options. In the news, the SEC gave the green light on approving BlackRock ETFs as far as trading stock options on the ETFs. So this is a Bitcoin trust that BlackRock does have, and the SEC has approved ETFs which will allow stock option trading. This is a monumental movement by the SEC, which has recently, over the last 3 to 4 months, indicted several investors and Bitcoin platform creators. It speaks that the SEC may be turning a wave on a sentiment towards Bitcoin and understanding that Bitcoin is not going away. As more governments like the Australian government approves ETS, Germany gets involved. Other governments now, Thailand has approved a Bitcoin ETF. The SEC has to follow suit because this is a matter of investments, finance, and wealth. It cannot block US investors and commercial banks from taking advantage of the windfall profits that are able to be made in ETFs. Piggybacking on this whole process, Donald Trump and his two sons, Donald Jr. and Eric Jr., announced last week that they were going to come out with a Bitcoin ETF, and they had formed a company called World Liberty Financial. And some people are concerned that Donald Trump is getting involved in Bitcoin right before a presidential election, but there are no restraints from preventing him from getting involved. And then once he becomes president, he just simply turns over the managing interest to his two sons. So, in this respect, Donald Trump is being a wise investor and a savvy businessman. He has taken advantage of meme coins. He's made tens of millions of dollars with meme coins. He's having a lot of success. He's already released Bitcoin sneakers. There's a African American hip hop group out there called the Trump Dolls, and they have a Bitcoin t shirt, which I'm going to get. This is just an awesome time. So, one would be wise to get on the Bitcoin bandwagon right about now. If when I think about it, here are the people that are involved in Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies, the big names. Donald Trump is involved. JD Vance, his vice presidential running mate, holds Bitcoin. He's into decentralization of banks, and he's a proponent of cryptocurrency in general. Robert Kennedy Jr. has endorsed Donald Trump, and he gave a fabulous speech at the Bitcoin conference in Nashville. In addition to that, Mr. Wonderful Kevin O'Leary has been supporting Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies for more than 4 years. Billionaire Michael Saylor of MicroStrategy is a proponent, and MicroStrategy's ETF has just been approved. And this is crazy that I'm saying this, is that Michael Saylor gets indicted, but the SEC approves MicroStrategy coming out with its own Bitcoin ETF, and they had to because Congress already approved BlackRock's ETF. So they're going to have to approve Donald Trump's Bitcoin ETF. That's the way to go about it. You follow the trend, the precedent that's been established. Now that in the House, we have a lot of wise Republican legislature there, but also there's a lot of Democrats that realize that Bitcoin is the future. They themselves have own Bitcoin. They understand that they need to protect it. It may be a conflict of interest, but there are members of the House and the Senate that own Bitcoin, and it is in their best interest to protect themselves from being indicted by possessing Bitcoin, by passing legislature that makes it easier for companies like MicroStrategies, BlackRock, World Liberty Financial with Donald Trump to have their own Bitcoin ETF. When you see the Australian government approving an ETF there, the Thailand government, you have to get on board. So it is just a matter. I am a Bitcoin and blockchain designer. I expect now that the SEC is paving the way, I expect to be able to come out with my own ETF in the next 6 months and have that approved by the SEC. So I'm very excited about these developments. Since my resources, and especially in the area of legal defense, is a lot less than Michael Saylor, who's a billionaire, Donald Trump, who's a billionaire, I have to be very careful about how I navigate in the Bitcoin realm as a designer and a platform creator because of the recent developments with certain entities being indicted. But this is very promising. So we have Donald Trump with World Liberty Financial. We have JD Vance, his vice presidential running mate. We have Robert F. Kennedy Jr., who has been endorsing Bitcoin for a long time and is a scholar and had a lot of positive things to say about Bitcoin at the Bitcoin conference in Nashville. We have Kevin O'Leary, Mr. Wonderful, who's been supporting Bitcoin from the start. We have Michael Saylor, who has doubled down with MicroStrategies, purchasing billions in US dollars of Bitcoin. And then one of my mentors, Callie Muscle, who is a YouTube and social media phenomenon and influencer, he is now coming out with his own cryptocurrency. Therefore, the stage is set, and I look to do work with these names that I've previously mentioned on some realm, even if it's just interviewing these people and discussing their different products and projects that they're working on. This is exciting because this is the whole purpose of the Crypto Kid podcast, is to make you an informed crypto enthusiast. That way you can get into this new form of finance and currency in the world of digital currency with safety and confidence, because there are a lot of scammers out there who are taking advantage of people and giving Bitcoin, cryptocurrency, and blockchain a bad name. However, I said yesterday, anytime you have a new shiny object that is gaining traction, you will attract haters. And as a matter of fact, Darrell Eves, the creator of the YouTube formula, he said that also. Anytime that you have a project or a movement that is noteworthy, you will attract haters. And that is just the nature of the beast. So you can't get away from it. Don't cry to your mother. Don't complain about it. Just accept it right on the chin and keep going with it. So, with that, this is Daniel Plummer, the Crypto Kid, the Ganja Ambassador. We're signing out from the Crypto Kid podcast. With more developments as they come, we will keep you posted. We will be interviewing a lot of people out there who have their own ETFs, their own platforms, their own podcasts, and their own information on Bitcoin, cryptocurrency, and blockchain technology. So, with that, this is Daniel Plummer, the Crypto Kid, signing out. And remember, the future is crypto.